talked to some Arizona voters who switched from voting for Joe Biden in 2020 to Trump in 2024. And so far, they mostly like what they see.
I just think he's trying to get America back on track as quickly as possible, given the state that it was left in from the previous administration.
It feels more merit and transparency that I'm getting from the administration so far.
I approve of a lot of the stuff that he's doing with the border and everything.
He's put other countries on notice that were to be taken seriously.
For the most part, I feel like he's on the right track by keeping transgenders out of women's sports. That's number one.
All 11 Biden-Trump voters say they approve of Donald Trump's first weeks in office. My panel is back.
Yep, that just happened. What you just saw really happened. That constipated look on Dana Bash's face at the end of it says it all. We're going to talk about exactly what you just saw there, because we just saw, believe it or not, perhaps the first 100% approval rating of any president. Come on in, one and all. Great to see you all here for our live stream Monday night. We are just beginning week number 5. That's it, gang. This is week number 5 of the next 4 years of the single greatest presidency of our lives. A very happy President's Day to each and every one of you, as we always do on Monday nights. We're going to move on over. All right, we love discussions on this channel, so we're going to move our lively discussions of all things culture and politics to our exclusive censorship-free virtual platform. So if you want to join us over there for some sweet fellowship and scholarly discussion to understand the rise of a new conservative age, just scan that QR code on the screen or click the link in the description below. For a very small monthly fee, you can have access to all of our exclusive Q&As, exclusive content, exclusive conversations, and meetups with yours truly. And you get access to all of our exclusive offers. It is very exclusive. So click on that link below or scan the QR code on the screen to become a member of our Courageous Conservatives Club, where thousands of us gather each and every week to restore the pillars of faith, family, and freedom as we usher in a new civilizationalist age. We will head on over there to our own private exclusive virtual platform in mere moments. But first, what do you say, gang? This really happened. What you just saw there on CNN, of all places, was an Arizona focus group of swing voters who voted for Biden back in 2020, but then voted for Trump in 2024. There were 11 of them, almost a dozen. And they were asked point blank, after a series of interview questions, as you saw there, they were asked at the end, point blank, do you approve of Trump's handling of his first month in office? Unanimous. All 11, every single one of those swing voters said, yes, we approve. We approve of Trump. It's one of the rarest things you ever see in focus group polling. Every single person approving of the president. It's being hailed by many as one of the first 100% approval ratings that we have ever seen out. And by the way, Elon is getting an 80% approval from these very same swing voters. So we got 100% for Trump and 80% for Elon. Either way, we're dealing either with, super majority or uniformity in terms of approval. It is absolutely breathtaking. And it's all the more impressive when you recognize that these are not Republicans. This focus group was not a partisan focus group. It wasn't a demonstration of how loyal Republican voters are to Trump. Gang, what you got to get here is that these are swing voters, which means not only that Democrats are shot. Swing voters are giving Trump 100% approval. What it really means is that Trump has found the political sweet spot. He's found the way to box the Democrats out of the majority in perpetuity. He has found a way to sweep in and basically monopolize the majority for himself and for the Republicans if they have but brains to pursue this program, this sweet spot. And you heard it. You heard the policies that these swing voters were 100% on board with. Close the border, mass deportations, end interventionist foreign policies, reciprocal tariffs, end trans athletes competing in women's sports, meritocracy over DEI. This is the political sweet spot, as some have called it. Bottom line, the political sweet spot is, we've talked about it a lot on this channel, but I think it's absolutely essential for us to get. And the reason why we know it is working, the reason why we know this political sweet spot is real, is it's not just happening here in the United States. It's happening all over, well, particularly the West, but much of the world. What Trump is doing, the political sweet spot, is he's pivoting to the left on economics, all the while pivoting to the right on culture. That's the new political sweet spot. And it's something the Democrats simply cannot do. It's something we're finding that the political left as a whole, all over the world, cannot do. Pivot left on economic issues, all the while at the same time pivot right on social and cultural issues. Again, this is all part of the redefinition of the political divide away from what we often refer to as a horizontal divide, a left versus right divide, to a more vertical divide. You know, the people versus the corrupt progressive elite, the people versus the political class, the ruled versus the rulers. That's your vertical divide. Because Trump is thinking in vertical terms rather than horizontal terms, he's able to pivot left on economics. So that means embracing unions, embracing tariffs, throwing away the free trade orthodoxy of the neolibs. He's able to pivot left on economics to bring in more of the rural working class voter as well as the urban voter, while at the same time pivoting right on culture. And the key here is that means attacking wokeness when all is said and done, right? And you heard it. DEI, trans athletes, competing in women's sports, so-called gender-affirming care for children. Trump exploits the fact that all those woke issues actually split the left down the middle. And not only do they split the left down the middle, but they unite the right at the very same time. Every woke issue does precisely that. That's the calculus, the dialectic. Every woke issue is supported by only half the left. The other half of the political left, the Bill Maher political left, they despise all things woke. But while splitting the left, wokeness at the same time fully unites the right, in that the whole of the right absolutely despises and wants literally nothing whatsoever to do with anything woke. So pivoting left on economics, Trump attracts rural working class voters and urban voters. Pivoting right on culture, he splits the left and unites the right. So that's the political sweet spot for Trump. That's getting him 100% approval rating from this Arizona swing voter focus group. And again, we're seeing the same thing happening throughout Europe as well. The populist right is amassing a far larger constituency than the populist left is able to do, precisely because the populist left simply cannot pivot to the right on culture the way the populist right can pivot left on the economy. So the populist left, like the Bernie Sanders left, they can talk leftist economics to their blue in the face, but they're still woke. They can't pivot right on culture. And so that's why you're seeing this massive rise of the Brothers of Italy or Marine Le Pen and National Rally in France, or the AfD in Germany. They have their elections just days from now. The Law and Justice Party in Poland, of course, Fidesz in Hungary. They're all amassing such incredible support. And we're seeing it as well in the 51st state. Pierre Poilievre's new populist conservative party, the Tories in Canada, they're poised to absolutely crush it in their next national election. So what a way to start off week number 5 of the greatest presidency imaginable. All right there. All right. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Micah, you there? Are we going to move on over?
Yeah, we can move on over. I just wanted to shout out Carter right here really quick with the $2. Thank you, Carter.
Hey,
and
Carter,
then
thank you.
Before we transition over to our uncensored Q&A, I want to just show off one question to give you guys a taste of what it's like to be in our Courageous Conservative Club. And so that is, I found this awesome question from one of our usual suspects, ROT Corps. And I thought this question was actually really applicable to some of the Doge initiatives going on and the cutting down of government agencies and some, conservative federal employees who are a little bit worried about what's going to happen. So ROT Corps asks, Dr. Turley, as a military member, I'm both excited about and dreading when Doge does a full audit of the Department of Defense. Not too enthused to find out how much of an idiot it's going to make me feel. Also leaves me wondering what that does to me afterwards. I like to think I'd be fine with it if Elon Musk hands me an involuntary DD-214 and says, thank you for your service. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to worry about that, ROT Corp, because to the extent, now I know Trump distanced himself from Project 2025 during the campaign, because that's what the Democrats were so obsessed over. And we all know, what's his name? Vaught. Now, Russ Vaught is now the officer of the Office of Management and Budget. And he was one of the co-authors of Project 2025. I know Trump distanced himself from Project 2025, but they are more or less running a orthodox Project 2025 playbook right now. And the playbook is in 2 parts. One, gut all the departments of all of these woke nuts, and 2, fill them with loyalists, but at only a certain percentage of the workforce that was there. That's basically what we're seeing with USAID. They didn't completely get rid of it, but they went down from, 12,000 employees to basically 200. And they're keeping the loyalists. That's the key. You're gutting the workforce of these various departments, and then you are either keeping, and you are keeping and replacing them with loyalists. And as far as the left is concerned, I did a video. Actually, I'm doing a video tomorrow on this. The left is freaking out that this is the way we're going to achieve the ascendancy of Christian nationalism, because they believe that basically Trump and Elon are filling up all the departments with a bunch of Christian theocrats, which is very interesting. And they actually have a little bit of evidence on their side for that. So I just think you obviously fall into that second category of a loyalist, a MAGA loyalist, and they want MAGA loyalists. They're trying to get rid of those who have been a thorn in the side of populism now for decades.
And I've also noticed the big initiative is just efficiency. And so, a lot of the people that were cut off is if you don't show up to the office and if you're not actually doing your job, then you're done. That was one of the first executive orders he signed after the inauguration that night before he went to the ball. So it's, I think you're good, ROT Corps. I think you're good. But let us know.
Keep us updated. Yeah, obviously, we want to know how you're doing. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Right. All right. Well, that was just showing off one of our members' questions. So we're going to transition over to our uncensored Monday night Q&A in our VIP live stream. We've got over 5,000 members that pay a monthly subscription or an annual subscription. And it is much cheaper, trust me, much cheaper than paying per question in the YouTube with the YouTube super chats. So we would love to see you guys over there. Save your money. Join us on our private uncensored live stream, and we would be very happy to have you over there with us. So we're going to transition over there. If you scan the QR code or click the link below, you can join us, and we will see you guys over there.
Come on over. We'll have a blast. You'll love it.
It's going to be amazing.